Hey, fellow problem solvers, Colfax Math here. Today we're in IB Math SL Calculus, topic 5. And I'm going to go over some example problems using the chain rule to find the derivative. Okay, so remember the chain rule is you kind of want to, you have something, it's like a composite function, f of g of x. So you want to identify the function inside the function. So like on this one, the x3 minus x is a function inside the function of the square root. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite the problem with exponent form. So I know a square root is the same thing as a half exponent. So this is still a function, f of x. It is just equal to x to the third minus x to the 1/2 power. So now I'm going to find the derivative. Let me change colors here to find the derivative. The derivative, f prime of x, or dy dx, is going to be equal to the derivative of u to the half times the derivative of u. So the way I'm going to find the derivative of this is I'm going to bring that 1/2 down. I still have what's inside, x to the third minus x. I subtract 1 from that to get negative 1/2. So I've taken the derivative of u to the half. Now I need to multiply it by the derivative of this thing, of u. So the derivative of this is 3x squared. The derivative of minus x, 1 comes down in front, x is 0, minus 1. So then let's go ahead and rewrite this right here. Dy dx f prime of x is equal to, I have that 2 in the denominator, so that's that 2 right there. I have this is negative, so I'm going to put it down here, x to the third minus x, and it's the square root. So it's the square root of that. And then I have 3x squared minus 1 in the numerator. See if there's any way I could factor that or cancel or clean it up. I don't think there is, so that's my solution. Okay, problem number 2. One thing about number 2 here, this is not cosine x, quantity to the 5th, right? Cosine of x, quantity to the 5th, is different than just taking, so this is not equal to that, x to the 5th. So I'm going to call x to the 5th my u term, right? And then I'm going to take the derivative of cosine of u. I don't know if you remember this, but you could also look in your formula sheet. But the derivative, f prime of x, of cosine is negative sine. So I have negative sine of whatever that is, x to the 5th, times the derivative of what's in there. So the derivative of x to the 5th, 5 comes down in front to give me 5x, subtract 1 to the 4th. And then just to make it really clear that I am not taking sine of all of this, I move that 5x to the 4th in the front. So we'll go use this notation, dy dx, the change in y over the change in x, is negative 5x to the 4th times sine x to the 5th. So that's our derivative there. So working on the chain rule, let's look at one more here. So on this one, I'm just going to rewrite it again with exponents in a single term. So I'm rewriting my function, f of x is equal to, I want this whole thing here to be in the numerator, and I also want it to be in a fractional exponent. So this is going to be 3x plus x to the third. It is to the 1/3 power in the denominator, so negative 1/3 power in the numerator. Right, I rewrite this square root or cube root down here as 1/3, and then I make it negative to move it up. I'm going to call this whole inside term u. So in this case, u is going to be equal to 3x plus x to the third. So u prime is going to be equal to 1 comes down in front to give me a 3. X to the 0 is equal to 1. Plus 3 comes down in front, 3x squared. So that inside term is going to be that. So now, in red here, let's find the derivative f prime of x, or dy dx. It is going to be equal to negative 1/3 in front, 3x plus x to the third. Subtract 1 from there, negative 1/3 minus 3/3 is negative 4/3. And then times the derivative of what's inside, times 3 plus 3x squared, right, my u prime. Kind of clean this up a little bit here. So dy dx is equal to, I'm going to move that 3 to the denominator. I'm going to pull that negative out in front, so that negative's right here. That 3's down here. This whole thing is up top, 3 plus 3x squared. Then this whole thing is negative, so it's in the denominator. So this whole thing down here is 3x plus x to the third to the positive 4/3 power. I do see a common 3 in here and a 3 in the denominator, so I could pull that out and then cancel those. Remembering this is y prime. So let's rewrite this one more time. dy dx, or y prime, is going to be equal to 3 times, I'm pulling a 3 out of this, 1 plus x squared, all over this 3 right here. And then I'm going to turn this into square root. So that 3 goes into the cube root. And then this is 3x plus x to the third quantity to the fourth. Then those will cancel. And I think that's all I could do to simplify that derivative there. Okay, thanks for watching.